just an eagle. You know that it's true. Yeah.
Bear, you gotta come see this. I gotta show you something. Come on.
Bear? What, Bear? What?
Hey, how you doing today? I tell you what, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is the #1, okay? Butch Hile's Jiu-Jitsu, Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is the #1, okay? You know, when I was a young boy, you became a man in my country, Brazil, God told me, you're going to be a champion. You're going to wear the belt and be the best, okay? You know, I choke out my opponent, I knock him out, and then I grab him by the submission. Use the gi collar and grab the submission. Because, you know, that's how I do here. That's Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, okay? And oh my gosh, this guy, Colby Covington, I know like this guy. He bad guy, he say bad thing about Brazil. So, you know what? We're going to give Colby Covington a little bit of snack-a-lacky-tacky, okay? We're going to give him the ultimate submission. Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian, Fortaleza. Okay? Goodbye.
He's trying to stay away from me. And he's trying to apply as much pressure to my hips as he possibly can. And, of course, to the back.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Butch Hiles, UFC, they got together to work to get it legalized. January 1st, it was.
Oh.
And that.
We're going to cover today is essential closed guard, which is going to be really basic.
Being asked to do jury duty. Nobody wants to do it, but you kind of have to say yes. Right?
It all started here, but then it grew to here. From collaborating with UFC legends to groundbreaking legalization, Butch Hiles has made a tremendous impact on the BJJ and MMA world. Butch Hiles was born on February 10th, 1977. Born to mother Donna Hiles and father Butch Hiles Sr., always encouraging their son to do the right thing and make the best out of his life. Butch Hiles would attend Lakewood High School, then later on Gilmer County High School, where he would graduate in the year of 1996. He would then go on to study pre-med at Glenville State College in 1997, then later on study radiology at the University of Charleston in 2002. While pursuing his collegiate degree and working in the medical field, it was Butch's fascination with jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts that would ultimately allow him to open up his own school, Butch Hiles Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, located in Charleston, West Virginia in 1998. Butch would first get his blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from the legendary Royce Gracie under the Gracie curriculum, then would transfer to Marcelo Monteiro, another Brazilian-based Jiu-Jitsu school, and a legendary black belt in himself. Butch Hiles was quoted as saying, "Marcelo Monteiro changed my life. When I met him, I was already a fairly decent purple belt and had trained with dozens of black belts. However, after the first time we trained together, I knew there was something special about what Marcelo was teaching and showing me." Butch's passion for jiu-jitsu would ultimately pay off as he was rewarded the most coveted prize in all of jiu-jitsu, the BJJ black belt. From getting his BJJ black belt and establishing his new location on 410 Summer Street, Butch would look to expand his school as a premier destination for anyone trying to learn jiu-jitsu and mixed martial arts. Butch would get married to a beautiful wife. Butch would have 3 legend-like sons who are going to take over the world. But it's what happened on March 24, 2011, which would be Butch's biggest contribution to MMA and regulation to date.
We got to talk about West Virginia MMA.
Oh!
We didn't think we'd be talking about West Virginia MMA maybe a year or so ago. Butch Hiles, UFC, they got together to work to get it legalized. January 1st, it was.
Oh.
And now, Butch talks to Inside MMA about the importance of having it in the Mountain State.
For years, you know, I have fighters at my gym. We'd have to travel across the country, and we were always fighting the hometown hero, and therefore we couldn't build up a fan base. We couldn't do the things that we wanted to do, and it just wasn't fair. So, you know, I worked really hard to make sure that these guys can actually fight in their home state and bring their fans. So that tonight, you know, on our card, we've got tons of West Virginia guys. You know, that's what we wanted to have, and they're here in front of their friends and family, and it's going to be a huge show.
Almost Heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, everybody, country roads, take me home. Jump in anytime.
To the play.
Okay, in Williamson, West Virginia we go. Nate Jolly and David Mays.
West Virginia.
Lightweight. Welcome to the MMA World, West Virginia. Great state.
Wow.
Big win for the Mountaineers over Clemson, by the way, in football last week.
And great song as well.
That is a great song.
Yeah, it really is. If you go to a bar, everybody starts singing it.
As MMA grew in popularity, there was a cultural movement to legalize MMA, and Butch Hiles was leading the charge in West Virginia. Butch Hiles and several of his MMA gym members, like John Barnhouse, spoke to the important reasons as to why MMA's legalization in West Virginia would be a good thing. Ultimately, their testimonies were successful and convincing the governing body of West Virginia to legalize the actual competition inside the state. Not only did Butch Hiles lead the charge in MMA legalization, but he also helped create and establish the premier jiu-jitsu championship competition inside the state. West Virginia Go, in conjunction with the West Virginia Games, became the premier way to test your mettle as a jiu-jitsu championship level competitor inside of West Virginia. The competition would prove to be a successful event, as many competitors would travel from in and out of state to come and show, test, and prove their jiu-jitsu skill. The jiu-jitsu competition most recently returned with another successful outing on August 19th, 2023. Throughout his life, Butch Hiles' dedication and training regimen to the martial art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu allowed him to achieve the black belt in the rank of 4th degree. Butch Hiles had accomplished so much in his life, and he continues to train and reinvest in his students till this very day. If you are watching this and you are looking to learn more about Butch Hiles, I would recommend checking out his YouTube channel, Butch Hiles Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, LLC, Charleston, West Virginia. Just YouTube search Butch Hiles and it should pop right up. He has a number of things on here that are definitely worth checking out. The Rest Round podcast features great content from a variety of guests, from the Jiu-Jitsu Grandma to Ashley Lockwood from Ground Zero Huntington, and UFC legends like Jake Shields. If you are looking for information and knowledge regarding all things Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, it's definitely worth checking out. Guys, links for everything will be down in the description of the video, so go ahead, head on down, check out the multiple links, and definitely show Butch Hiles some love. I truly want to thank everybody for watching this video, taking time out of their day to learn more about Butch Hiles. He is truly a great man, and what made him great was his impact in Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, but also beyond that, he led a legion of people to become better martial artists and better people altogether. Butch Hiles always represented himself the best way possible. He would treat people with kindness, respect. He would encourage them. He built a community around that area. And something like that is not easy to do. And I guarantee, like myself and the rest of his students and all the people he has helped guide, teach, and train over the years, that they are utmost grateful. And that type of guidance and treatment that Butch Hiles showed to the community is what made him truly great.
Just an eagle, it's true. Yeah.